Welcome to the webinar today, which is a hands-on review of Zyteq's communication devices. We're just using audio and our still shot at the moment, so don't worry if you haven't got video, we'll get to that shortly. We're just finding that's a little bit more accurate and efficient for our system. So the devices we offer here at Zyteq are specialised, designed for purpose with all the features needed for communication. In this industry, we do benefit from mainstream technology developments, although we've been offering mobile technology with dynamic display for many years. iPad did not invent that. I looked up our orders and we've been doing dynamic display since 2003, mobile devices with Windows-based mobile devices. But the current terminology is speech generating device, SGD, and these systems, though, do so much more than speak or messages. So let's start with a poll to see how you might all like to answer this question. What is the most important aspect to you of specialised speech generating devices when compared with mainstream consumer devices such as iPads or Windows tablets? So let's start that poll, and if you would be so kind as to pop in your answers, they are anonymous, and we will see how that polls and let you know some results a little later, because that would be a really interesting question, I think. So we have today our pre-recorded segments, which we find is the most efficient use of your time and hours, so we can compact up all the information. These will run for a total of 36 minutes. So there's 10 short videos on all the devices. Please do use your chat box for the comments and to mark them as questions if they are questions which we can address at the end of the video segment. So very interesting answers coming in on our poll already. So far, ongoing support, training and repairs. Oh, and all of the above. There we go. Actually, the most comprehensive answer. But so Tracy Bode here and Karen Muscat on the videos as well. Karen couldn't be here right at this moment, but we will get back to you, or I will get back to you at the end after we check out the videos. So let's start with our videos, and don't forget to pop in your questions or your comments. We'd love to hear them, and we can come back to you after that. So here we go with the GridPad Go 8. This is the GridPad Go 8, and this is a device that's designed primarily as a communication device for people on the go. It's slimline and lightweight for portability, so suited to people who are needing a smaller screen.
The GridPad Go 8 is a Windows tablet. It has an 8-inch screen and weighs around 800 grams in the case. So you can see it has a nice rugged case to protect it from knocks and bumps. So at the top of the GridPad we have the power on button and also volume up and volume down. And on the side, underneath a protective flap to keep it safe from moisture like rain and drizzle, we have the charging point, a micro SD card for extra storage, a USB port and headphone jacks.
The GridPad Go 8 is supplied with the Grid 3 installed. So the Grid 3 is a comprehensive platform with numerous grid sets. At its heart is a range of communication grid sets such as Pod, and here we have Pod 15.
I have a question. Tell me, yes or no?
So you can hear the Australian voice output. In addition to the communication grid sets, the Grid 3 has grid sets for computer access and other apps such as social media, email, music playing and home automation. GridPad Go 8 has a range of accessories. Key guards are available to fit the various grid sets, and these are magnetically installed on the device.
The GridPad Go 8 also is supplied with a table stand when you're using it at a table, and 2 straps. There's a shorter strap and also a longer one if you want to strap it around your shoulders, and a Bluetooth speaker for extra volume.
So to summarise and to think about the type of person who might use a GridPad Go 8, this is probably someone who's active and mobile and wanting to carry around a lightweight device that is rugged and has a smaller screen. This is the Smart 3. It's the smallest communication device available, and it's only 300 grams and designed to be handheld.
I want music. I want music.
So it's about the size of a smartphone. So why would you choose a Smart 3 over a phone? This is designed to be a communication device. It has a resistive display rather than a capacitive display that you'll find on most mobile devices these days. And we find that that suits some people more than the capacitive display. It's quite a rugged design with its rubber bumper case. It has really loud, high quality speakers, or speakers that give you a very loud voice output, and it's very easy to use. So it's a communication device first, and it's a specialised device designed for purpose. It's not a phone.
If we look at the Smart 3, we have a charging port here. We also have an on and off button at the top of the screen that's nice and easy to press. On the other side, we have the port where you can connect the Smart 3 to the computer. So this means you can edit the contents of the Smart 3 on your computer and not have to worry about editing on such a small screen. The screen itself is around 5 inches, and as Tracy mentioned, it is a resistive touch screen, so that means I can use my fingernail or even a stylus to press it. This is the stylus that is included with the Smart 3, and it is extendable, and then you can shrink it down and store it inside the strap. Then we do have this hand strap here so that you can carry it around nice and easily and have easy access to the touch screen. On the back of the device, you can see we have the speakers, which gives the loud, good quality speech, and also the environmental control. The Smart 3 is supplied with a second external display and also some charging cords and cords to connect it to the computer. The software that's installed on the Smart 3 is MindExpress 4, and this is a comprehensive program mainly designed for communication when installed on the Smart 3. You can use symbols or phrase-based communication, and also text-to-speech with a keyboard. Again, that's all editable via your computer, so you don't have to edit on the Smart 3, although you can edit straight on the device if you do want to add something. There are also other apps included on the Smart 3, and for example, one that a lot of people are interested in is a symbol-supported schedule. The Smart 3 also has a camera installed, so you can use this to take photos. And now you have those in your own personal photo album, and you can also use them in your communication grid sets as well.
So to summarise, the Smart 3 is the smallest communication device available at just 300 grams, very portable and designed to be handheld, and really designed for people who want communication as the primary function in their device. This is the GridPad Go 10, and it's designed primarily as a communication device.
Have can you have?
It's designed for people on the go as it's slimline and lightweight for portability. And so it's more suited to people who are needing a larger screen.
The GridPad Go 10 has a 10-inch screen. It also has rubber bumpers to protect it from the knocks and bumps when you're on the go. It has, on the side here, you can see the ports. So we have ports for charging, we have a USB port, and also a micro SD port if you want to add extra memory, and a headphone jack. And so they're protected with a cover as well. We also have at the top the power on and off button and a volume up and down button. Connected to the bumpers are our straps. So this one is the carry handle, and we also have a shoulder strap.
I have a question.
So being a GridPad, the GridPad Go 10 has the Grid 3 as its pre-installed software. The GridPad Go 10 is part of the GridPad family and is supplied with the Grid 3 pre-installed. The Grid 3 is a platform with numerous grid sets providing many functions. It's not just one vocabulary. So communication as one area, there are many grid sets for communication such as Pod and Word Power and many others. There are grid sets for computer access and others such as social media, email, music playing and home automation.
The 10-inch screen is very similar to an iPad. We have an iPad here, so you can see how the sizes are quite similar.
The accessories that are available for the GridPad Go 10 are a table stand. We have the short carry strap and a long carry strap or shoulder strap. The Bluetooth speaker is supplied to provide loud sound quality.
I have a question.
And key guards are available for the different grid sets, and these are magnetically installed on the device. So to summarise the GridPad Go 10 and its features, we can consider who might use this device. So it'd be somebody perhaps who's active and mobile, who wants a lightweight device to carry around. This is the Bobcat, and it's a Windows 10 tablet designed for rugged use. It's used by miners and other workers out in the field. So we've selected it to be our toughest communication device. It's been tested for wind, rain, explosives and drop tests. It has an IP rating of 65. So the Bobcat is all about durability and rugged build. So it has a solid state drive, which is also more durable, and 8-hour battery life. We supply it with the Grid 3 installed or Mind Express 4, or you could install other Windows programs.
The Bobcat weighs around 1 kilo, which is actually quite surprising considering how rugged it is. As Tracy mentioned, there are a number of straps. So we have a hand strap at the back that I can slide my hand through, and also a carry strap here. It is also supplied with the shoulder strap as well. There is a stand at the back, so you can flick that out and then stand it on the table, and also an optional keyboard as well. On the sides of the Bobcat, all of the ports are covered, and so we can flick open the cover, and this keeps them safe from rain and dust and dirt. We have 2 USB 3 ports, a micro SD card slot, a SIM card slot, so you could have internet on the go if you liked, also a headphone jack and a HDMI port. This cover is also lockable. I can turn the switch and now it can't be accessed. On the bottom we have the port for the keyboard, and then on the other side again we have the power port, so for charging, and a network cable or Ethernet cable port. Again, securely covered to protect it from the elements. You have volume up and volume down. Rotate the screen so you can lock the screen and prevent it from rotating, and the power button. Also, in the carry strap, we have storage for the stylus. This can be removed if you don't want to carry this. There is also another stylus here, again secured for storage while you're out and about, but you can remove it if you don't need it there. We have a 10-inch screen, and this is a protected glass screen. It's also supplied with an external speaker to give good volume.
So in summary, the Bobcat is the toughest device around at just 1 kilo. It's quite portable considering the tough build, and we found that people have chosen it as it gives peace of mind, not having to worry about a device being broken or damaged during tough day-to-day use. This is the TELUS 5, which is the most powerful communication system. It's an elegant and contemporary design, and it's a well-engineered device built for purpose by Jabla in Belgium. It's supplied with the Grid 3 and Mind Express 4, which are both comprehensive programs for communication as well as other apps and functions. We find that the TELUS 5 is most suited to people who want or need a powerful device and perhaps are running other programs for work or employment outside of their specialised communication and accessible software.
The TELUS 5 is a Windows 10 tablet with a 13-inch screen. The screen is constructed of toughened glass. On the side we have a power button and also 3 user programmable buttons. So these can be used by support people for shortcuts to volume up and volume down or opening other programs as an example. If we look at the back of the device, we have an inbuilt stand, and also we have 2 switch ports and a power port on this side, 2 USB ports and a headphone jack for listening to music or watching videos or even auditory scanning on this side. All of the jacks here are recessed, and this helps prevent damage to the cables that are plugged in. We also have infrared environmental control built in. On the back of the TELUS 5, we have the inbuilt stand and the mount plate, as well as the stereo speakers for good quality and loud speech.
How are you?
The TELUS 5 with Mind Express 4 provides both phone and text message functionality via the built-in SIM card slot.
So in summary, the TELUS 5 is a large format communication device which has at its heart a very powerful computer. So this makes it suitable for people who are running other programs in addition to their specialised communication software, for example for work, and who need an accessible device. This is the TELUS 5 IntelliGaze, which is the most powerful eye gaze system. It's an elegant contemporary design. This is a well-engineered system built for purpose by Jabla in Belgium. It's supplied with Mind Express 4 or Grid 3, which are both comprehensive programs offering a range of access methods and other communication functions and apps. The TELUS 5 IntelliGaze is most often chosen by people who need a powerful system who may be using other programs besides their specialised software perhaps for work or school.
The TELUS 5 IntelliGaze is a Windows 10 tablet with a 13-inch touchscreen, which is constructed of toughened glass. On the side, we have 3 user programmable buttons. By default, these are programmed to be volume up and volume down. However, they can be changed so that perhaps for support people, you can make a little shortcut here to calibrate the eye gaze or even rest the eye gaze. We also have the power on and off button on this side. If we look at the back of the device, you can see the 2 speakers here for loud, good quality speech for communication.
I want to say something.
We also have the switch ports, so 2 switch ports built in and the power port on this side. All of the ports on the back of the TELUS 5 IntelliGaze are recessed, and this helps to prevent damage to any cables or cords that are plugged in. With the switch ports, you can also program the switch to turn on the TELUS 5 IntelliGaze even if it's been completely turned off. On the other side, we have the USB ports and a headphone jack for auditory scanning or listening to music. The TELUS 5 also includes environmental control, so it's an infrared-based environmental control.
The forward-facing camera on the TELUS 5 IntelliGaze can be used for head tracking, your head movement as an access method, or it can also be used for Skype, or here Karen is using it to take a selfie with eye gaze.
We have the mounting plate, which by default is DAISY compatible, but you can also add an adapter for ReHardApt. And we have a stand, which is built in and is at a perfect angle for eye gaze if you're sitting in front of the device and you have it sitting on a table. At the bottom of the TELUS 5 IntelliGaze, you can see the integrated IntelliGaze camera. The TELUS 5 IntelliGaze is supplied with the most sophisticated version of the IntelliGaze, and that is the IntelliGaze 360, which provides you with more advanced computer control functions in addition to those available in Grid 3 and Mind Express.
So the TELUS 5 IntelliGaze is a very powerful computer. So we find that the people who choose this device are those who use a computer for a wide range of functions and perhaps are running programs for work or employment, which are programs outside the accessible specialised software that they may be using for communication. This is the GridPad Pro 11. It's a communication system with an optimal size screen for mounting. It's widely used by people who use the touchscreen, and it's also ideal for alternative access. This means that people who have changing access needs or who use different access methods for different positions, for example, may find the GridPad Pro 11 ideal for them. The Grid 3 is pre-installed in the GridPad Pro 11. This provides compatibility with all access methods and also provides a range of functions including speech generation.
Hello.
And other types of communication or connectivity, for example, email, social media, accessible phone, and home automation.
The GridPad Pro 11 is an 11-inch Windows tablet with a toughened glass screen and an integrated tough case as well. It has 3 spare USB ports, 1 on the side and 2 on the back here. It's great for using alternative access. As with other members of the GridPad range, you can add eye gaze access as well. On the side, we have one of the spare USB ports, as mentioned, the power button, volume up and down button, and on the other side here, we have a headphone jack, a micro SD card for extra storage or transferring photos, and a mini HDMI port, and also the power charging port. If we look at the back of the device, we have the integrated stand and also the mounting plate. This mounting plate is compatible with both DAISY and ReHARDAPT mounting systems. We also have here the stereo speakers for loud and good quality speech output, integrated home automation including Z-Wave and Gava environmental control. We have 2 switch ports and also a wireless radio receiver built in for wireless switch access. The GridPad Pro 11 also has 2 cameras, one forward-facing camera and on the front a self-facing camera. The GridPad Pro 11 is a slimline build and weighs around 1.5 kilos. To enable this lightweight and slimline design, the GridPad Pro 11 also contains a slimline battery. The battery life is around 6 hours depending on use. However, we do have some alternative strategies to help extend this battery life. If you are using a power wheelchair, we do have a power cable that you can use, you can plug into your wheelchair and power the GridPad Pro directly from your wheelchair. There also is an external battery bank or power bank that's available as an optional extra.
So in summary, the GridPad Pro 11 is a device that's most commonly chosen by people who want a compact device that is mounted and offers a range of access options. Here we have the GridPad i11. It is a complete eye gaze system at the lowest price point, and with Grid 3 installed, it means you can do everything with your eye gaze, including communication, email, internet browsing, social media, access a mobile phone, and change the channels on your TV and other home automation functions.
The GridPad i11 is a Windows 10 tablet with an 11-inch screen size. At the back here you can see we have a stand and also the mounting plate. We have 2 switch ports and an extra USB port. We also have a radio switch receiver built in for wireless switch access. Also built into the GridPad i11 is the environmental control or home automation, and this includes both Z-Wave and Gava infrared environmental control. We have stereo speakers and also 2 cameras, so we have a forward-facing camera and a self-facing camera. Due to the slimline design of the GridPad i11, it also has a slimline battery included. So we do have other strategies for extending the battery life, including a wheelchair power adapter and optional external battery bank. You can see on the GridPad i11 we have the integrated eye gaze camera.
There are 2 models of the GridPad i11. There's the GridPad i11 MyGaze and the GridPad i11 IntelliGaze. So what are the differences between these models?
Well, what we find is that if a person can use both cameras, then both the MyGaze camera and the IntelliGaze camera are equally accurate and reliable. They are both very easy to calibrate and have the option to be used without calibrating or even just with a 1-point calibration. For some people, due to individual differences or the environment that they're in, they may actually find that one camera is preferable to another. The IntelliGaze camera also has its own inbuilt advanced computer control software.
So to summarise, the GridPad i11, which offers the 2 models, is a compact eye gaze system at the lowest price point. It's comprehensive in that it offers all of the access methods and all of the functionality of Grid 3 and all accessible using eye gaze. This is the GridPad Pro 13. It's one of the GridPad family with a 13-inch screen, so it's a larger screen communication device. It's supplied with Grid 3 installed. It's designed to be fully compatible with all the Grid 3 features. For example, home automation with Z-Wave and Gava infrared, and also all the access options. It's designed to be mounted. So we find that many people who use alternative access are also the people who have their devices mounted. So the GridPad Pro 13 is ideal for this. The GridPad Pro 13 is designed for touchscreen access.
I've lost my mobile. I've lost my mobile.
And it also has alternative access options.
I've lost my mobile.
And can be upgraded to eye gaze if required. So it's also suitable for people who have changing access needs.
The GridPad Pro 13 has a large 13-inch screen and it weighs around 2.74 kilos, but it is quite slimline in design. On the side here we can see we have a reset button, a power on and off button, a headphone jack, a microphone jack, and also our charging port. If we turn to the back of the device, we can see we have a stylus for the touch screen, which is magnetic, so it has this nice handy storage component. We also have an external hot swappable battery. The GridPad Pro is supplied with 3 external hot swappable batteries and also an external battery dock. So you can purchase extra batteries and that way just continue to use your device throughout the day. The dock charges up to 6 external batteries at once, so you can charge them at once overnight and have them fresh for the next day's use. We also have our mounting plate, stereo speakers for loud, good quality voice output. These are the transmitters for the Gava infrared environmental control, and also built in here is the Z-Wave transmitter. Just turn it slightly to the side, you'll see we have extra USB ports and also 2 switch ports for scanning. On this side we have another extra USB port. So these USB ports are great for alternative access such as the QHAR gyroscopic mouse. We also have another headphone jack, and this one can be used for auditory scanning. So you can have your auditory feedback being sent through your headphones and then the voice output being sent through the speakers. And this is the receiver for the Gava environmental control. So that would be where you program your infrared controls.
So in summary, the GridPad Pro 13 is a device which is most suitable for people who want a large format communication device and require accessibility options as well. This is the GridPad i13. It's a large format communication device with an integrated IntelliGaze camera. This system is designed to be fully compatible with Grid 3 and all the Grid 3 features, including environmental control, all the access options, and all the elements of Grid 3, which include eye gaze from the early learning right through to text-to-speech communication and full computer control.
Great. Escape. The Great Escape.
This system, the GridPad i13, is likely to be most suitable for people who need eye gaze, but it can also be ideal for people who need different access methods, perhaps for different positions, for example, lying in bed or being in a wheelchair or out and about. We have switch access available as well as eye gaze and touchscreen access. So all those access options are available.
The GridPad i13 has a large 13-inch touchscreen. It is around 3 kilos with the camera attached, but it does have a slimline design. On the side we have a reset button, a power on and off button, as well as a headphone jack, a microphone jack, and the power jack. To the back, we'll see we have the external hot swappable battery, which can be charged separately in the external battery table charger. We have the mounting plate as well as stereo speakers for good quality and loud speech output. We also have inbuilt here the Gaver environmental control and the Z-Wave environmental control as well. You can see we have an extra USB port, and with the GridPad i13, that's where the IntelliGaze camera plugs in, and just above that we have 2 switch ports. On this side we also have an extra spare USB port, so if you were using other forms of access such as the QR or an alternative mouse, you could plug that in here. We have a audio or another headphone jack, and this can be used for auditory feedback if you would like that to come through just the headphones as opposed to have it come out of the regular speakers. And this is the receiver for the Gaver environmental control, so this would be where we would program our infrared remote signals. The GridPad i13 also has a self-facing camera and a rear-facing camera. Both of these can be accessed through the Grid 3 so that you can take selfies and photos in your environment using Grid 3 with your eye gaze.
So in summary, the GridPad i13 is a device that's very versatile. It is designed for people who are using eye gaze primarily, but it does offer all of the other access methods available in the GridPad family, including touchscreen, and with the Grid 3 and the full compatibility with the Grid 3, all of the options of the grid are available to you, right from early learning and emergent communication right through to text-to-speech communication and full computer control. Thank you all very much for attending today. That's really a quick review of our high-tech devices. So really we have 2 main ranges of the high-tech systems. We have the GridPad range from Smartbox. So there's the Go, the Pro and the I in the series with different screen sizes in each. So it's a bit confusing with all the names, but all of them were there, and these will be available again on the replay and for later viewing if you need more information. The other range is from Jabla, and at the moment that's the Tellus 5 and the Tellus 5 IntelliGaze, and we're waiting on the new Mobi, which should be here shortly. So we offer a wide range of the high-tech devices. There are, of course, a whole range of other types of communication devices, such as the Lightwriter, the Allura 2, Proxtalker, and a whole range of single message devices too, step-by-steps and so on. So we haven't covered those here, of course. You hopefully saw the offer to link to a certificate of attendance if you like one of those, so please go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we'll conclude here, and if there's any other questions or you need to contact us about anything, trialling a device or for further details, please don't hesitate. Thank you. Thanks. Bye.